Welcome shooters and collectors to another edition of Side by Side. Today we'll be looking at the Manurhin MR96. This was the last pistol Manurhin made before they just went back to the MR73. First, of course, there was the MR73, then they went to the MR93, which I did a short review of that in another video. And then they went to this one, and they didn't manufacture it for very long. It wasn't a very good commercial success. I guess everybody just loved the MR73. It's like a 1911 basically. That's been around and everybody really likes it, so they just went back to it. These usually have, for the ones I've seen, they usually have very low serial numbers. Never seen anything like over 1,000 or anything like that. This one has a 4-inch barrel, or excuse me, a 6-inch barrel. They also came in a 4-inch barrel. I've only ever seen this grip. It's sort of a rubberized, hard rubberized grip. It's very comfortable for the pistol when you're shooting it, and it is a one-piece grip with a screw right here to take it off. Talk about some of the unique features of this gun. The front sight is removable, and it's easily removable. You just use a hex key, and you can take it, just remove the screw, and the front sight pulls straight up, and it comes right off. And I really wish other revolver manufacturers or all pistol manufacturers would do this. It would make life a lot easier, and you're far less likely, if you're trying to bump the front sight out, to switch it out to something else like a fiber optic or something like that, that you don't scratch your slide up or anything, and then you're cursing and upset with yourself. They did make different front sights for it, different widths, I believe. They are made out of metal, which is nice, instead of like sometimes they'll cheap out and just make front sights out of plastic that you can switch out. The next thing I'd like to talk about is the cylinder release, and it doesn't have the typical cylinder release that you find like on Smith & Wesson or a Colt, and there's nothing on the back side like a Quart, but it's actually right here like the MR93, and you just press on it here, and the momentum of pressing down pops the cylinder right out, and it's a very smooth, easy operation to do. And then also similar to the MR93, there's a little tab in here, and this is on it's right in there, and you just can put an object in it, like a little screwdriver or pick, pull back on it, and it pulls out. It's spring loaded, and the cylinder will come right out, and that is great for cleaning the gun. That's another option I'd really like to see on all revolver manufacturers, to do that. And you can clean the cylinder, clean the barrel, get it all back together. You don't have to worry about, if you're messing with the brushes and the cylinder flops over, and then you scratch up the side of the barrel or something like that. Another nice thing about the gun is sometimes, it's easy to take apart, but just a nightmare to put back together. And this isn't that way. You can just press on it, slips right back, and you're done. Very nice. Really like that. The trigger breaks around 3 pounds 2 ounces. Of course, it's very clean, very crisp. As far as I know, unlike the MR73, the trigger is not adjustable. That may have been a problem for this gun, and why people didn't care for it as much as the MR73. It does have target sights adjustable for windage and elevation, and that give you an idea what the sight picture is kind of there a little bit. And then the last feature, which I assume, to be honest with you, I'm not much of a revolver guy, but I haven't really seen this on other revolvers, but maybe it is out there. But you take the grip off, and on the back of it, right here, there's a little hex screw. I'll show that to you if you can see it in there. And that hex screw actually is adjustable and helps with the over travel of the hammer. So like you have an over travel screw on a trigger, and then after it breaks, then if you have a large gap there, the trigger will continue, but if you have a screw in there, it just presses against the frame or trigger guard inside of the trigger guard, and it doesn't travel any further back, and then you can just go forward. Sort of the same concept for this, as I can tell. When it cocks, it sort of just hits that screw, and the sear's been engaged, and you can just dial that in to where it's just near perfect. It doesn't travel any further than it has to. Overall, the gun is nice. You know, being a 6-inch, you shoot 38 loads. It's very soft, and the grip really helps with that as well. I like the grip. Like I said, it's a really hard rubberized grip, and it's just an interesting revolver. They don't come up very often. You can watch out for them though. I'm not going to say that they don't come up. They don't come up very often. Parts are going to be non-existent for it, pretty much, I believe. So if something does happen, you know, you're going to either have to fabricate it, or it's going to be an expensive paperweight. But don't let that, you know, discourage you. Usually revolvers and everything nowadays are pretty darn built well, and you don't have problems with them typically for generations to come. Thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe and like. Have a good day.